Hi everyone, it's Miss Kelly from the Wakanda Area Library here to show you what we're doing with this month's Art to Go kit. This month you guys will be making 3D faux trophy heads. Some of you will get a rhinoceros and some of you will get a giraffe. So inside your kits, if you get the giraffe, you'll get these plaques and then the assembly pieces. And if you've got the rhinoceros, same, you're gonna get all the pieces like this and then the plaques. All you're gonna need for this is some glue. You could, if you want, this is on cardstock. If you want, you could take this and use it as a template and trace it onto like maybe a cereal box if you want to make a little bit stronger back to hold it. The numbers on the pieces don't correlate with the order that you put them together in. It was just part of the cutting process. So you're gonna have to make sure you look at them like this and lay them out. It's basically, for the most part, it's larger to small, so you can just check and see. I'm just going to show you a few steps so you guys can get a feel of what we're doing here, and then I'll show you my finished product. So I'll start with the rhinoceros. So for both of them, they've got this first piece, it's got the cuts in it. For the giraffe, it's the same thing. And you'll see on the head pieces for both of them, they've got these little score marks in there, which means that's where you're going to bend it at. So I'm going to start with the rhinoceros. We're going to take this first piece, and it's got 3 slots that correlate with the slots on the plaque here. We're going to lay that on there, and then you're going to take the one head piece. Both of these are exactly the same, so don't worry about getting them in the right position. So we're going to do one of these first. I've got a little slot. It's going to go through there. Okay. Look on the back. Make sure it's in. Okay. So, and then like I said, there's that scoring mark or that folding mark. You're just going to fold it back over like that. Okay. It's going to stay in there. You can fold it either direction. I think it might work better if I fold it this way. So it's going to be the same thing for the giraffe. It's got these fold lines too. Okay, and then you're going to take the next piece of the head, and that's going to go through that middle slot. This is cardstock, so it's a little stronger, but it is paper, so be careful. It's a little fragile. You want to take your time and carefully slide them in there. You don't want to tear your pieces. Once you start assembling it, and the more pieces you add, the stronger it's going to get. But at this point, it's kind of fragile. Okay, so we'll turn this over. And lay it back there, and then you're going to do that fold again, right on the line. Pull this through, gently fold it. Just take your time. Okay. Now I gave most of you kind of a cool background like this, like fun different prints and patterns, but again, just like I said in the back, if you want to cut it out in a different pattern or make your own, you can do that too. Just use this for a guide. Same thing. Slide this gently through that slot. You can tell you're all the way in and line up like this at the top. Okay. Be careful. I would say the most fragile part about this one is the horn. You want to be careful. It's only attached by a little piece there. You don't want to tear that. So you're going to fold this. All right, and then I'll do another piece so you guys can see. So you've got the 3 parts of the head like this. This first piece that you're going to add is a little tricky because they're kind of floppy, but as you add each piece, it's going to get a little stronger. So you're going to take this first big piece, and you're going to line it up with the slots. 1, you've got to kind of do them all at the same time. 2, this one's kind of close to the head. I'll line the bottom down here. All right. Don't pull. Make sure they're all the way in there before you pull it down. You're going to tear it otherwise. Okay, and then you're going to hold it and gently pull it down so they kind of lock in. You'll see when it's at the bottom of the top of the head that it's all the way in there. And then you're just going to repeat this process for each piece. There's a corresponding slot for each one. You'll see how it's already starting to stand up on its own. You take the next piece, and you can either erase those little numbers I wrote on there, they're all in pencil, or you could just turn it so it's facing in like I did with mine. You can't see it that way. Okay, so line up. Don't start pulling it down until you have all 3 slots lined up. Again, you just pull. Gently start to pull it down. Do it evenly, pull a little bit for each one. And again, it's going to be the same process for the giraffe. And the giraffe, I would say the most fragile part about the giraffe is on the back. There's little hair pieces that have been cut out, and it can easily kind of snag on there. So when you're sliding them on, make sure you're careful with that. Next one. Pull it all the way down tight. You see it starting to hold itself up. Doing that. And while you're doing this, kind of go around and keep checking, make sure everything's even. You'll see if it's not all the way locked in there, this is going to start to look a little crooked. So I'll do one more piece for you, and then I'll show you how my finished one looks. And you take the head. So once you get every piece all the way on and slid in and locked in is when you're going to add that back piece to the plaque. And that you're just going to glue it down. That's just going to hold it up, and so you can hang it up. To hang this on your wall, I would say if you had maybe some of that command tape, something like that. It's not super heavy. I've got it held up with a magnet on the refrigerator, so it won't be super heavy, but you do want something that's going to keep it up there. Okay. All right, so you guys can get the general idea of how it's going to look. You can see. And I'll show you my finished rhinoceros. Here's how this looks when you get all the way to the end. So you're just going to keep going. I'll work your way all the way down the row of pieces and lock them all the way in. And make sure the spaces are even. And then at the end, you're going to glue it right onto this. And you get that guy. Let me grab my giraffe. I'll show you how that one turned out. Same thing, and this is what I was talking about, being a little fragile with the hairs on the back. It's been on this piece, you can see. But here's the giraffe. All right. I will include an order of assembly with the video this month. So check it out. I hope you guys had fun, send me some pictures, and keep an eye out for next month. Bye now.